Alright, welcome back to the final episode in this series. To the final episode of rebuilding the SWF. The rebuild, I'll say it wasn't too big of a success. Mainly because I didn't expect 2020 to come out this early. So, the plan was to bring them back up to company number 1, but I didn't have enough real life time to do that. So, but in terms of storyline wise, I think this was a pretty good rebuild. Let me just real quick make sure that everything's in the correct order. This is the last show I want to fuck up on. So, not as in this will be the fucking last show I fuck up. I mean, this is, whatever. Supreme Challenge 36. Most fitting way to end this series. Yeah. So, let's get into the show. Oh, I can't run the show, alright? We can't do it yet. Because there's a big surprise in the very first angle. So basically, we start the show with your basic video package, right? And then the show opens with the announcers doing their entrances. First comes Dwayne Fry, then comes Emma Chase. We'll say that We'll say that the announcers, they're in the same spot that the regular announce table is on, SmackDown, WWE right now. It's right by the ring. So instead of going to her seat, Emma Chase kind of does a 180 and goes back into the ring, and she's like, so if you all remember, on the Go Home show for the Supreme Challenge, I told you all that my mainstream Jamie Hernandez has been injured, and I would find a replacement. And god damn it if I haven't found the best replacement. Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, your new SWF number 1 contender, Erin Andrews. Boom. I fucking signed Erin Andrews, baby. This is not the mystery man that has been fucking with Jack Bruce and Remo. Alright? This is Erin Andrews. Emma Chase hands the mic over to Erin Andrews, and before he can say anything, Oliver Cobb and Matt Sparrow come out, and they're like, Emma, we have been on this roster for longer than this dude, and we don't get where is our opportunity? And then Matt's something like, he just kind of sizes up Erin, he's like, I can take this guy. I could easily beat this man, and he gets the shot over 2 of us. Fucking pathetic. Erin Andrews immediately lays them both out. Erin Andrews is not having their shit. And here we go. The Battle Royal that will be held. Maybe I'll do a little... No, I'm not going to do a graphic. Fuck it. You know what? It's the Supreme Challenge. I'll fucking edit a little more. Alright. We'll do a little graphic for this Battle Royal. This number 1 contenders Battle Royal. I'm doing it on the fly. On the screen right now. These are just going to be... It's a 15-man Battle Royal. Here's everybody in the match. Alright, you got it? So... Immediately, we get the jobbers out of the way. We get the El Midicos. I wish he wasn't a jobber. Frosher, same thing. Wish he wasn't a jobber. The Pain Alliance get thrown out in this debacle. Mass Patriot and Lasana Makutsi, right? And then by now, we're around 10 minutes into the match. And the only 2 people standing right now are Greg Gage and Robbie Retro. And Robbie is not dancing. He's not happy. He is fucking dead serious tonight. Greg Gage always dead serious. The 2 men stare each other down before ramming into each other, just beating the shit out of each other. And then, did I say El Mitico Jr. got eliminated? I did not mean to say El Mitico Jr. That's my bad. El Mitico Jr. did not get eliminated. You can tell that this is not scripted on my end. So yeah, they're fighting each other, and then in this whole fucking scramble that these 2 are having, El Mitico Jr. manages to toss both men out. And then the rest of the people we're down to 4 essentially. Anyone's picture that turned gray, they're out. So we're down to Aaron Andrews, El Mitico Jr., Evil Greed, and Hardcore Brett Starr. And what happens next is that Evil Greed, despite having John McLean and Joe Miller right there, they just got dumped out by, let's say, El Mitico and Aaron. Evil Greed is on his own. And El Mitico right now is leading with the most eliminations. And he goes right after Evil Greed. Evil Greed gets the best of him. We're down to 3. Hardcore Brett, Aaron, and Evil Greed. And these 3 men, my bad, go up until the 14-ish minute mark. The match apparently goes 15 minutes and 3 seconds. So this last little bit will go as follows. Hardcore Brett sneaks his signature baseball bat into the ring, takes a swing at Evil Greed, hits Aaron Andrews right across the face. Evil Greed then throws Hardcore Brett over the top rope. Aaron Andrews tries to capitalize, but Evil Greed hangs over the top rope. He grabs Aaron Andrews from inside the ring, begins to pull him out. Aaron Andrews is doing a headstand. He's about to fall, and then Aaron Andrews quickly launches himself back up, manages to vault Evil Greed over his head, and fucking Vader bombs him. And Aaron Andrews, on his first night in the company, is now the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. 70 AP. It's a battle royal. It's not going to be that fucking good. Next up, we have this match between a jobber and a dude I hate. So, a 50 is about as good as it'll do. Dante Dunn beats Everest because despite Everest being in this company for like 15 years, Dante Dunn, who has joined the company 4 months ago, is having better performances than him. Dante Dunn beats Everest in 5 minutes, and then Everest grabs a mic, and he's just like, I'm fucking done. I'm done. Alright, I get no respect around here. I quit. Everest quits because I don't want to book him anymore. Old bastard, I don't want to book him. Next up, we have the infamous match that has been building up for like 3 months because Sammy Smoke has found more and more creative ways to get out of this match. But Steven finally gets his match, and SWF's resident porn star defeats him in 13:59. 64C. I thought this would be a little better, but I guess not. Steven Parker was visibly upset. Oh my god, he almost ended. You're not even hurt, dude. So after that match, the Platinum Blondes come out, and they are pissed after what happened on the Go Home show. After the heinous acts that Jungle Lord and Captain Atomic supposedly did, even though the Hero Squad were really just getting their receipt. The Platinum Blondes right now, they demand an impromptu tag match against the Hero Squad, and it ends up backfiring against the Platinum Blondes as the Hero Squad gets, I think, their second win this year. I don't know. I accidentally did them dirty, and I kind of felt bad. And the Platinum Blondes have never really gotten their comeuppance in an angle. I think they did with Valiant, but Valiant was also kind of buried unintentionally. Everyone does decent. 82B. So God help me if anybody is holding back. Why are people holding back? This is literally the biggest show we have to offer. Alright. Next segment, it's a backstage segment. So Zimmy and Randy, they're getting ready for the tag match. The tag match is about to begin. And Zimmy pulls Randy aside and he's like, Randy, alright? Ever since 2016 has rolled around, you have been on the butt ends of pins. And every single time, you are the one that gets pinned. And you're the reason we didn't beat the Awesomeness. You're the reason that we didn't win the titles at all. You're the reason we were casted away for a few months. Alright? And I've been quietly mad about it. But I am so sick of you fucking losing these titles for us. Alright? You better fucking not lose. And then the match happens, and the All-Americans retain, defeating the Bumhole Brothers. Randy got pinned. Okay, nope, just kidding. subverting expectations. Everybody in the building is thinking Zimmy is about to turn on this man. But no. If anything, the Bumful brothers win. Quadruple B was eliminated first. The Awesomeness were then eliminated. And then the All-Americans were pinned by Randy himself. Randy gets the pin. He makes up for all of his lackluster, not actual performances, as you can tell. But he makes up for all of his, kayfabe lackluster performances. And the two brothers, Zimmy does a big thing, as you'll notice, is the title. Despite winning the tag championships, Zimmy doesn't turn. No, I'm fucking with you all. Zimmy is not turning in this series, okay? The two brothers rejoice. And Zimmy, for the first time in 2016, finally looks happy with his brother. 100 A-star. The next match is the three-way between the dude with creative control, the dude with no physical control, and Joey Morgan. And Rogue, the stoner himself, wins the match. Because when Rogue takes a hit of that blunt, this man goes apeshit in the ring. When Rogue is high, Rogue is flying high. I had to pause so you guys could laugh at that joke. But yep, Rogue pins Brandon James. Joey Morgan is incredible, but Rogue is an upper mid-carder, and I wanted him to be a main eventer, so there we go. Our next match, we've got the okay, hold on. We've got the blow-off match between Protege and Mentor. The man that has turned his back on the man that has helped him throughout this year. So I don't think I've ever actually mentioned this on camera, but the reason that Spencer Spade all of a sudden became Angry Gilmore's protege, or the other way around, sorry. Oh, no, yeah, Spencer Spade became Angry Gilmore's protege, was because it actually happened backstage. The show of, I think the first show where Angry Gilmore kind of takes Spencer Spade under his wing, in that backstage segment, Spencer Spade became Angry Gilmore's protege. So he's actually, there's like some truth to this. He's still the protege. So during this heel run, Angry Gilmore's still like, you could learn a little more basics, dude. So, yep, Angry Gilmore finally gets his comeuppance against Spencer Spade. Angry Gilmore always got screwed over by the Enterprise, and the shit cherry on the fucking turd cake was Spencer Spade turning his back on Angry Gilmore. And the seeds were planted, guys. Spencer Spade first kind of showed his true colors in that over-the-top eliminator when he eliminated Angry Gilmore for seemingly no reason. So, but yep, Angry Gilmore wins. Fucking 98. That's insane. And it still loses heat, but I don't care because this feud has been carried by promos, and Spencer just is not as good of a worker as he is a promo at the moment. Our next match, I think, is... I have to check. Mikey Lau versus Paul Huntington. Mikey Lau, the man initially screwed over by the Enterprise. Alright, for those of you that are, just clicked on this video, so the Enterprise is this giant heel faction led by Eric and Richard Eisen. And it all started because Mikey Lau got a quick win over Eric Eisen in a North American title #1 contenders match. And there's been no man more affected than Mikey Lau. Mikey Lau never got his North American title match. Mikey Lau never got his hands on Paul Huntington or Eric Eisen or anyone who has made his life hell until right now, where Mikey Lau defeats Paul Huntington and wins his rightfully deserved North American title. B+. And the next match, we have a no-holds-barred match. For some reason, there was a defined lack of psychology. I would not guess from these two. But Valiant, the man who has been goofed on by the Crippler for being the guy always taking the ass ends of pins, losing that cage match against Brandon James, being the man pinned in the fucking, the elimination match, being the first man out. Crippler just mocks Valiant, and Valiant finally gets his moment. He finally gets to beat a man, and he doesn't get buried. And Valiant wins in Crippler's own match. And then control of the company fucking blows because Skull to Bones is old as shit. But you know what? I don't care. Because in an exceptional... Look, I know I may be new to the whole TEW community, but correct me if I'm wrong, I do not believe a B- is fucking exceptional. But in a match between Eric and Skull, no one from the Enterprise can interfere. Akuma and Primus Allen had that battle royal. Paul Huntington just lost to Mikey Lau. Spencer Spade just lost to Angry Gilmore. Nobody is here to help Eric except Richard, and Richard is deathly afraid of Skull. Which is why, in an exceptional match, Skull to Bones defeats Eric Eisen. And Skull now has control of the SWF. And then, after the match, Eric Eisen is beaten. He's down on the ground. Richard runs out, and he doesn't do anything to Skull. He just tries to carry Eric back up the ramp, but Skull's assembly, that's right, Evil Greed, John McLean, Joe Miller, they all come out from the curtain, they all get on the ramp, and they stop Eric and Richard. Eric and Richard can't go that way. They try to go through the crowd. Joe Miller or John McLean or Evil Greed, one of them, pulls him back down and tells him to go to that ring. To go back to that ring. The fuck is that? I think there's a cat outside my bed. That's not my fault, but I'm sorry. But yeah, they go into the ring, and Skull to Bones hits both of them. Hits Eric and Richard with his finisher. And then, like we saw many times before, the lights go out, and when they come back on, the only men left are Skull's assembly and a bunch of red smoke. And then finally, our main event of the evening. Remo versus Jack Bruce. Two men that have been undefeated in the year of 2016. 0 losses between the both of them. They're the only two people left in the company that have not lost in 2016, and one of those streaks is ending, and the other is getting the heavyweight championship. And the match, it's a long one. It's just two dudes doing a wrestling match, two dudes that hate each other doing a fucking brutal wrestling match. And then Remo goes for his finisher. He hits it. Nobody has ever kicked out of Remo's finisher. And everyone in the crowd's like, fuck, no, shit. But I think you can tell where I'm going with this, because Jack Bruce kicks out at 2. He kicks out at 2. Jack hits his own finisher. The crowd's losing their shit. And then Remo kicks out at 2. The crowd is stunned, because unlike in fucking WWE, dudes don't kick out of finishers left and right. They're fucking amazed. The match goes on for a little bit longer. Jack Bruce manages to hit his finisher on the outside, but it takes a little too long for him to get Remo back into the ring, because Remo kicks out once again. And then eventually, Jack Bruce manages to hit a third one. A third finisher. The New York Minute. Jack Bruce, with a strained fucking bicep, wins the SWF World Heavyweight Championship. There was a defined lack of psychology. God damn it. Nobody knows how to do psych, apparently. I think it might be the magnitude of the show. More normal matches that I could call in the ring can't be called in the ring. Fuck. Alright. But after the match, Jack Bruce grabs a microphone and he says, since Merritt has been taken out by some coward, and Remo is right there walking away, Nobody is going to stop me from clearing my name. I know some of you in the audience have turned on me for what Remo has told you about the situation with Merritt back in 2014, 15. I don't remember when Merritt left for Burning Hammer, but whenever that was, we'll say 2014 for the sake of this promo. But let me explain what happened back in 2014. All right? Many people don't know this, and Remo, in fact, did know this, and that's why he kept cutting me off during my promos. But the reason that I got Merritt fired was because Merritt threatened Christian Faith's life. He threatened Christian's life, and he threatened my life. Unless we fucking paid him money. Dude straight up mugged us, and now he's back in the company because of what Remo pulled with Richard Eisen. So after Merritt tried to fucking kill us if we didn't pay him, I went right up to Richard Eisen and I told him I would walk out of this company if Merritt Koklov did not get released. And that's why Merritt Koklov is gone. And there is nobody in the back that can defamate my name ever again. Jack Bruce begins to leave, and then all of a sudden, the Mystery Man is back. We get that loud kind of sound boom. I don't know what it is. The same noise effect that they use for the Fiend whenever the lights turn off in the arena. And then once again, the text appears. And the text says, "Jack, nobody cares about your stupid fairy tale with Merritt. You shouldn't be worried about Remo Richardson. You shouldn't be worried about Merritt Koklov. You shouldn't even be worried about Aaron Andrews. You should be worried about the Mystery Man. That would be me. I am watching you like a hawk, Jack." And then it freezes on that line. And the words, "watching like a hawk, Jack," slowly do that kind of Jericho code-breaking, effect back when he returned in 2005-ish. And the words slowly turn from "watching you like a hawk, Jack" to the words fucking "runaway train," killing all the goddamn suspense I've built up. Wolf Hawkins. The crowd loses their mind. Wolf Hawkins comes down to the ring, headbutts Jack Bruce. Jack Bruce is on the ground, and Wolf Hawkins picks up the heavyweight title, poses with it, throws it back on Jack, and then leaves. And he also struggled when going off script, but we're not going to look at that. Show gets a 90A. Kind of underwhelming. I'll remember this for my next series, that whenever pay-per-views come around, just leave some road agent notes blank. Don't try to call him in the ring. Alright. Who was pissed at the botch? Steven Parker, Sammy Smoke, and then you know what? Let's give your boy Jack Bruce a bit of a tell him he's awesome for what he's done, and tell these dudes they're awesome for getting shit on by Richard Eisen. Alright, scene please was happy. That's a wrap. That is it for the series. It was fun while it lasted. Jesus Christ. I hoped it could have lasted longer. See, now I don't have to deal with this shit, so it's like a blessing in disguise. But I know I said that I would be doing a wrap-up video where I kind of talked about any storylines that I had planned going forward. I don't think I'm still going to do that. So instead, if you guys have any questions for what was going to happen with any stories going forward, like what was I going to do with the World Heavyweight title, what was I going to do with Skull's Assembly and Skull becoming the general manager, leave it in the comments and I'll respond with a comment, because I don't think the whole video would be necessary. So I don't know how to close this video. Normally I'll say I'll see you next time in this fucking series, but I don't know. I guess I'll see you guys in the next series I do.